Alright, hello, I'm back from the last of these Command and Conquer guides. This one's the last one, Empire of the Rising Sun. This one just happens to be my favorite. Now, the Empire is very unique compared to the other two factions in that they use things called nanocores. They use things that are nanocores. They're essentially portable buildings, and they can unpack just portable buildings. They are not limited by a build radius, unlike the other factions, and they can basically go wherever they want. However, they're very vulnerable in the nanocore state. Now, as you can see here, this is using instant generators. This is what your barracks and mecha bay look like. The tech building is called a nanotech main credit, and this allows you to tech up to the 3rd tier for every single one of these production facilities. The Empire is also unique in that each of the production facilities techs up individually. As you can see here, each of them has their own slot. Here are the ore refineries. Okay, so we're enough. Okay, let's look at the infantry. This is the burst drone. This is a very unique kind of infantry that it doesn't fly. So you'll go on any kind of terrain and over any kind of terrain, which makes it a very good scout. And you can attach onto vehicles, like this ore collector right here. It slows them down, which just slows them down, and they also have a ability called self-destruct, which, as you can see right here, causes damage to whatever unit goes on.
Respect the Emperor!
This is the Imperial Warrior, the basic foot infantry.
An ore mine's nearing depletion.
Right here. It has this burst kinetic rifle right here. It also has the Banzai chart, where it puts out a huge katana and can attack any infantry that it would like for a short amount of time. This is also how it clears garrisons.
What is required?
This is the Archer Maiden. This is the main anti-air unit of the Empire of the Rising Sun.
An ore mine nearing depletion.
You can take out air units, unlike any of the other Empire infantry, the other ones at least. It attacks very slowly, and its main purpose is as an anti-air unit.
Can you see anything?
This is the Tech Buster. This is the main anti-armor infantry unit. As you can see, they have their Muramasa plasma cutters, and they also have a spider hole in which they drill into the ground, which makes them much more resistant to enemy attacks. However, they cannot move or attack themselves. Shinobi is the infiltration unit of the Empire. As you can see here, they have multiple types of attacks. They have their shurikens and they have their katanas.
An ore mine's nearing depletion.
Smoke bomb.
As you wish, I obey. With haste.
Distracts any targets that may be walking onto them and makes them temporarily lose their target. There's a rocket angel, an advanced air infantry of the Empire.
Hungry for more?
Both ground and air units.
Flying full throttle.
And they also have something called paralysis, that
Hightailing
allows
it.
them to
Nothing a
target
girl can't handle.
any ground vehicle
An ore mine has been depleted.
and temporarily pause them.
Releasing lock.
Now
They
this
don't
is your
know what it's
Omega, the commando of the Empire of the Rising Sun. As you can
My
see
mind
here,
is
she
made
can
up.
go on water,
Does it matter?
and she can use her psionic talents to
I've been waiting.
Unit lost. An ore mine's nearing depletion.
vehicle or structure. She can also use on infantry.
I
An
warned
ore
you.
mine has been depleted.
As demonstrated right there. And moving on, here we have the Imperial Ore Collector. Now I put it right here because it has a special ability called the Security System, which allows it to pull out a machine gun to attack any infantry. Or, well, anything. It's just better against infantry. It's the Mecha
An
Tango.
ore mine has been depleted.
Infantry vehicle allows it to attack with this, but it can transform into the Jet Tango, which is the main air superiority jet of the Empire as well. So it's a multi-purpose unit. Not the first one, was it?
On alert! Let's melt
And this
some
guy
bells.
here
Be
is
patient.
sub-transport. It can disguise itself as any
Don't draw attention.
An ore mine has been depleted.
vehicle or friendly vehicle in
Something
this
snagged.
case.
Come on. Watch.
And can also kill
Everyone ready? Scanning plan.
However, when it lets go of its infantry, it loses its disguise, and scout units can sniff it out too.
We are the way.
This is the tsunami tank, which is the main battle tank. It has a faster firing rate than the other two, but it's also weaker. But it has an ability called nano deflectors, which, at the cost of not being able to attack, it makes it faster and a lot more resistant. And terror drones cannot get inside of it. This thing is also amphibious,
Loyal to the end.
which makes it very effective for sneak
Move
attacks
right.
and amphibious assaults.
Spread onto land.
Striker standing
Here you see the Striker VX, and this thing is the main anti-air vehicle. You
Take them out.
can take out
An ore mine has been depleted.
units in its ground form.
Unit lost.
But like the Jet Tengu here, it can transform into the Chopper VX, an anti-V
Now.
and ground unit. It's very effective at taking out vehicles and
Scanning for enemies. My blade
Steel Ronin, this is a walking mech unit.
More
It has a
fools.
very short-range glaive that I use to attack. But it has a lot of defense and deals a lot of damage to vehicles, or it's very ineffective against infantry. It has a little power wave, which essentially extends its attack radius right there.
I'll save my strength. They will submit.
This is the Wave Force Artillery, which is the siege
Another
unit.
best.
As you can see right here, it has to charge up in its attack. But it can also use a premature discharge, which lets go of a weaker charge at time. This is King Oni. This guy right here is the super heavy tank. It attacks using laser eyes, if you guys don't know. And also has something called the Bull Rush, which allows it to charge at vehicles anywhere you like, really. If it runs into structures, it takes into damage though, and it can crush smaller vehicles like the tsunami tank. Okay, on to the Navy. Now this guy right here, I'm going to show off first, because this is the Gigahorse. This is a very potent Empire unit. The reason I'm showing off first is he's the only unit that transforms by nanocores.
Sight.
Yeah, the building right there. I want to show everything else.
Command?
This is the Yari mini sub. This is like a light scout submarine unit.
That's them, isn't it?
So you can see here it uses torpedoes, but it also has something called Last Voyage that, if I could use it, I would show I can basically do a kamikaze attack on any vehicle or structure, destroying it instantly, but dealing a lot of damage to the structure.
How's it going up there?
This guy right here is an anti-air submarine.
Bring him
As
down.
you can see right here, it has to surface to attack. It also has an alternate called the Skywing, which is an anti-infantry air
Take
unit. Circle around like this to attack its enemies.
In the sky.
It's a
No
Navy
one will
cruiser.
defy the Imperial Navy.
This is basically the main ship unit that can attack at closer ranges.
They're right there.
As you can see right here, it uses torpedoes to attack,
Rip their hull to
but also
shreds.
has an ability called the Torpedo Type S, which fires 5 torpedoes in a row.
The
This guy's a Shogun battleship, a long-range battleship unit.
There. Now.
You can see it uses its 6 Shirada cannons to attack from a long distance. And also an alternative ability called ramming speed, in which it
As a
rams
crashing
into
wave.
any unit in its way, which if it could attack, and
Undersea patrol.
destroyed it. Alright, now for
Gigaforce is responding.
This is a very powerful unit. It's the most costly of any unit in the game, actually. It has many attacks. For example,
Engaging
here
now.
you can see it's
Unit lost.
the air rockets, but the
All
rockets
weapons
are also
on.
used to attack vehicles. And it also has an alternative one
This
called
is a
Scout
nice
Force. This thing is a cannon that uses an ability called God's
Removing
Breath
enemy
to
presence.
attack enemy ground forces. Susceptible to anti-air attacks in this one, though, not attack air. but this is a very potent attack, and this unit should not be taken out. Now onto the defensive units, or structures, sorry. This is the Defender VX, this is the lower tier base defense. It's potent against early game infantry, as you can see here. It attacks slower than the other ones though, but this one can turn into the air destroyer mode. That can attack air units.
Unit lost.
Right here's the Wave Force tower. This is essentially a Wave Force artillery but stationary. It charges up stuff automatically. It charges it faster than the Wave Force artillery, and like it has a premature discharge. Super weapons. This
Select
is the
target.
Nano Swarm Hive. This rolls off a certain area, preventing you from attacking anything from moving through it or attacking through it. However, friendly units are not impeded by the barricade. You can use this to wall off any enemy units you find.
Every
Nice,
plan
that shows that
must be
Imperial
affirmed.
MCV.
Securing permits.
Very similar to all these MCVs.
Construction complete.
Just as a demonstration. And now, lastly, Psionic Decimator, as you can see right here. This is the ultimate weapon of the
Select
Empire,
target.
and like all the other weapons out there, it can deal a massive amount of damage to a certain area. There's a lot more damage at the center of the attack. Alright, that's it. Alright. I might be making a couple more guides, probably about the tutorial, which... Yep, alright.